Okay, so today is Tuesday and I'm gonna start the video off here. So I'm just gonna go through all the meals I'm gonna make this week. Okay, anyway, so today's Tuesday, and I had a grocery delivery yesterday, which I didn't film because, oh my gosh, I forgot my keys at home when I went to work. And so I had scheduled my food delivery from 5 to 7, so I left work early to come back home to work from home. And then I realized when I got off the fucking train station that I'd left my keys at home. That was a nightmare. I had to and both my housemates weren't home. One of them was on her way back from Paris, and then the other one was going to a work dinner, but luckily she ended up meeting me and gave me her keys. But basically I had to wait outside in the cold for the delivery driver to come deliver the food, and then I had to leave it outside the door and then go get the keys from my other housemates. So that was just a whole mess, and I was didn't even think about filming in that moment. But basically I just ordered a bunch of stuff from Morrison's, and I'm gonna meal prep some of it. I think this week I want to try meal prepping in a different way. I want to try prepping a lot of the ingredients or doing a lot of the chopping, because I feel that's one thing that always kind of throws me off, or not really throws me off, but it's just another blocker for why I'm gonna give myself an excuse not to make my own food. So I think I'm gonna chop up a lot of the stuff that I know I'm gonna use throughout the week, so that when I want to cook it I can just throw it in a pan. So this is some of the stuff that I'm gonna chop up. So I have these tomatoes that I'm probably gonna put in eggs when I cook breakfast. And then I'm gonna chop up these mushrooms, which I also would probably use for breakfast as well. And then I like having peppers with fish or chicken as a side. So I'm gonna chop all of those up, and then I have some onions as well that I've already kind of half chopped, but I'm gonna actually dice it for when I want to use. And then some other things that I'm gonna prep. I think I'm gonna make some chicken that I can just use in whatever I want to eat, either on its own or obviously with the peppers, or I might make a tomato stew if I'm feeling so moved. I think that's all I really want to prep. I also have a bunch of these plastic containers from food deliveries and stuff, so I'm gonna use those to store all the stuff I'm chopping up. Next, the peppers. Okay, so that's all the vegetables chopped up. I was gonna chop up some mushrooms as well, but then I realized I had them for the fridge. I realized I had them in the fridge for a while and they smell kind of weird, so I just threw them away. But another thing that I'm gonna use for vegetables throughout the week is I got this char grilled vegetable mix from Morrison's, and it just has courgettes, peppers, onions, cherry tomatoes, and aubergine. And so I feel that would be a useful thing to have, because I can just throw that in a pan as well and season it and have that with chicken or fish or whatever. So again, we're trying to make this as easy as possible so I actually cook and eat. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start showing you how I meal prep like some chicken as well. Yeah, you should get like chicken thigh because I feel like it's so much better than chicken breast. Like there's so much more juice and like flavor, I guess, like in my opinion, from it, and I feel like it just cooks way better. Like it's never dry, if that makes sense, because I feel like with chicken breast it's really easy to make it dry. And basically all I do is I fry it up, and I add like a bunch of seasoning to it, and it takes like 10 minutes and that's it, and then I'll have it throughout the week. So the oil is pretty hot now. Okay, so that's pretty much done now. It's just kind of, I've just lowered the heat. And so there's like, what, 6-7 pieces in there. So that'll probably be like 3 different meals. Also, I realized that I'm gonna do another quick meal prep because I feel like the juices from the chicken will be really good for like a stir-fried rice situation. But instead of regular rice, I'm using cauliflower rice. But first I'm gonna put that into like a container. Done. So this is an example meal. So I have the cauliflower fried rice, a couple pieces of chicken, and then like half an avocado, and that's the dinner. Okay, so it's Wednesday morning, and I'm working from home today, so I'm gonna show you an example of like a breakfast I would make when I'm working from home. I'm gonna do some scrambled eggs with maybe some like of the cherry tomatoes I chopped on the side, and then I'm also gonna have it with avocado and some steamed salmon. This is like a new, I guess, addition to my breakfast roster because I basically used to get breakfast from Tossed, you know, like the salad place. They have a really good breakfast, and like part of their breakfast was like a smoked roast salmon on the side, and like I feel like it just slapped. So I tried to get something similar, and it's actually just like a salmon thing from Morrison's, and it's like steamed. I had it for dinner the other day. It was pretty good, so I feel like it would make a good breakfast if you want to get that extra like protein in the morning. So yeah, I'm gonna start on the scrambled eggs. I really hate white eggs, but like I didn't realize they were white when I bought it, but I don't know, something about it just makes me really uncomfortable. Like, why the fuck are you white? You should be like tan. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, some garlic. So we have the avocado, the tomato, the salmon, the eggs. Ta-da! Okay, it's the afternoon. I think it's almost 3 o'clock now, so I'm gonna have some lunch. But I think for lunch, I'm just gonna have some of the chicken I made yesterday. And then I'm gonna try the frozen, like, char-grilled vegetables that I got from Morrison's as well. And I think I'm just gonna have that with avocado. But yeah, I'll show you. While that's heating up, I've also put the chicken in the microwave, so that's also heating up over there. I'm gonna do a little taste test of the char-grilled vegetables, because this is the first time I'm using these, and I'll let you know if they're good or not. So I added, I just seasoned them a bit with salt and pepper and some garlic powder. They smell really good. No, that actually slaps. That's really good. I feel like I could have made more, because I realize they're all shriveled up now. But I think this might be a new staple in the meal prep roster. But anyway, I'm gonna have my lunch now, and I'll talk to you for the next meal, which is dinner, in case you didn't realize. So for dinner, I actually just ended up making like a yogurt bowl. I feel like this is what I do when I'm like not really that hungry, or if I'm like lazy, because that's actually pretty filling. Like I usually use like half pots, I guess, of like Greek yogurt, and then I just put a bunch of berries, and then this cereal, which is actually really bomb. And then I actually tried this night to meal prep breakfast for the first time. So I was making this like egg casserole bake situation. So I just did 3 eggs, my usual like salt, pepper, garlic. I think I added some white pepper in there as well. And then I added in some onions and some tomatoes and cheese. And then I just mixed that up, and I added in a bunch of spinach as well, just to get that extra vegetables in there. And then this is where I went a little bit downhill. Okay, so I added in my spinach. I was like, cool, I'm gonna put it in the oven. And I think I just didn't read the instructions well for like how, like, first of all, how hot it was supposed to be. I think I made the oven too hot. And then to make it worse, I left it in for way too long. And so it just came out looking really wonky. It was like super like inflated. It did deflate eventually, so it was fine. I did take it to work the next day. This was it. It looked a bit more normal. And it was actually like pretty decent. And this was my lunch that day. And then I had a very sad dinner because I went for work drinks and I was just really trying to fight the urge to buy food, so I made this. Okay, so today is Friday. And I'm having another work from home day, so I'm gonna show you another breakfast option I like to make. This is just kind of like a scrambled egg, but I add in like onions, tomatoes, and spinach to it, and then obviously like seasoning and stuff. And then I think I'm gonna have it with these, like, these kind of look appalling to be fair, but like they taste better than they look. But I got these like breakfast patties from Lidl, and I'm gonna show you them. They look like plastic discs when they're uncooked. So fair enough if you don't want to use that as inspo. I completely understand. Okay, don't judge me, but that's what they look like. Oh, it's actually quite funny. But yeah, so you don't have to use that obviously if you don't want to. Obviously hella processed, but I don't know, it's just an easy thing that I can just pop in the oven in the morning. And it does have like some protein. Okay, the sausage patties are like halfway done, so I'm gonna start with the eggs. So I use olive oil, just a bit. And then I have my onions and tomatoes that I chopped up earlier in the week, if you guys remember that. Just gonna throw that in. So I'm gonna let the onions get cooked down a bit before I add in the tomatoes, and then I'm gonna, what's it called? Whisk the eggs. Why did I just like lose all train of thought there? I'm gonna just use 2 eggs today for this. So I'm just gonna whisk this and leave it to the side. Then for seasoning, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt.
2 shots of vodka.
Pepper, onion granules, some garlic, and then about half of this like seasoning cube thing. And then now I'm gonna add in the spinach. Now I can add in the egg to this mixture. You could probably make this like more omelet style by just leaving it together, but I kind of like it when I just scramble it up, so I'm gonna do that personally. But if you want to recreate that, you could also just leave it as an omelet. And that's all done now. And this is what the patties look like now. They look a little bit more like actual food. And that's the final meal. These kind of look like hash browns on camera, but they are the sausage patties. Okay, so it's Friday evening, and I actually was quite busy today at work, so I forgot to have lunch. But for dinner, this is what I do when I want to order like takeout, but I don't want to, like, I still want to do keto. I basically just get like grilled chicken from somewhere, and I feel like it scratches that itch of like takeout food, but it's not, like, it's just meat. So in my mind, it still counts as keto. So this is the chicken. It's just like a half grilled chicken. That makes sense, right? A half chicken that's grilled with like a peri peri sauce, and then I got some wings as well, but it's not like breaded or anything, so I feel like it's a good keto meal. And I'm gonna have the chicken with my usual cauliflower rice. I'll only have like one half, so a quarter, and then I'll probably have the other half, I don't know, maybe a different day this weekend. And yeah, and I'll probably have it with some avocado as well. So that's the meal, if I will focus. And I added some of the sauce that came with it as well, which is just like a peri sauce as well. So it's Saturday afternoon, and this is actually my first meal of the day, which is kind of bad, but it's because I went on a run like as soon as I woke up, and I ran to the mall and then did some shopping, and then I got home and then took like the longest shower ever. And suddenly it was like 2 o'clock. So I'm basically just having like my leftovers from yesterday, so from the chicken place. So we have the half chicken. I had like some wings as well, spare, and then cauliflower rice. And then I have my half avocado that I just need to pop in there. Oh, I need to scrape some of that out. But yeah, so that's lunch. Or I guess maybe brunch, since I didn't have breakfast. But yeah, I'm gonna go yam this now. Today's Sunday, and I'm gonna do another like meal prep for the week. I'm only making one thing though, so we'll see how long that lasts. But I'm gonna make this like garlic and aubergine, like gochujang. Like gochujang and garlic aubergine. Yeah, that's the way to say it. So I'm gonna chop up the aubergine now and I'm gonna put it in the oven. So let me actually start preheating the oven. Also, I didn't show what I had earlier in the day because it's like Sunday night now, but I went out last night just for like a few drinks, and I felt like I was like kind of, because I haven't like drank properly in a while, so I felt a bit rough this morning, and I woke up pretty late as well, so I ended up just getting KFC, so I didn't show that. But yeah, back to the chopping of the aubergine. Oh, I'm also having this with salmon, so I actually take the salmon out of the freezer to defrost. But you can have it with like whatever you want, I guess, like chicken or whatever. Okay, so that's all chopped up now, and I'm gonna put it onto like the baking tray. Also, I'm gonna put some tinfoil on there, and I'm just gonna toss it in some salt and oil, and then put it in the oven to cook. Some olive oil. And then that's gonna go into the oven for like half an hour. You can also like pan fry this, but like I just couldn't be asked to like stand and stir it. But yeah, and I think you can also air fry it, but I'm gonna put it in the oven. So I'm gonna put the salmon in the oven for 15 minutes. And then the same like 180 fan. And so that's like the gochujang aubergine done now as well. The salmon is done. I took that out of the oven. And then I'm just gonna build my meal prep now. I'm using the cauliflower rice. Ta-da. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end this video here because like I have at least a week's worth of meals shown. I don't know if you guys enjoyed this or not. Let me know your thoughts on any of the recipes that I made. I don't know if this I can really classify as recipes because they're really like nothing special. Like this is just what I eat, and I feel like this is what I try to make the meals as easy and quick as possible to make so that I will actually like cook and eat food at home rather than ordering food all the time. And it helps me, it works for me. So hopefully you guys got any type of inspiration, I guess, for this, how you can make your meals really simple and still like healthy and stuff. But yeah, I enjoyed filming it. It's also gonna be good for me too to like look back when I don't know what to cook. I can be like, oh, I can make XYZ. So hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.